Hey guys, it's Montana with Ethan Barrett from Madisonville High School, and this is his Texas Pride Lowboy Equipment Trailer. At Texas Pride, our customers' trailers always come assembled, but Ethan, yours didn't, so why is that?
Well, you see, I built it myself. It took us about 4 months to build. Built it for the San Antonio Livestock Show and Rodeo, took it there, did pretty well, placed 4th place. People all over Texas bring their trailers, their projects, anything that they want to build, they come up there. We all compete, have a good time. It's really a lot of showmanship, who knows the most, who can show off the best of their abilities. But the main reason why I built it is for my grandpa. He has no idea really anything about this. All he knows is there's a dovetail on it, and it's blue, and it's a gooseneck. He has no idea about the hydraulic dovetail that we put on for him. These two 10K jacks we have here for him. He has no idea about the toolboxes or any of the hydraulics on there.
That's so awesome, Ethan. I'm sure your grandpa's gonna love it. So can you tell us about the building process and more specifically about the welding process?
Well, you see, what I used here is an electric machine. It's called a Miller-Matic 252. We also utilized a Miller-Matic 212 auto set. The main important thing to welding here is just having a steady hand and keeping a straight line. That's the most key points into laying dimes, and that's really about it.
Okay, and can you show us probably your favorite or best weld on this trailer?
My favorite weld would definitely be up here on the gooseneck. It is a vertical up lace. It's probably one of my most prized welds here. It's the very first time I ever did a vertical up lace. It probably took me 5–10 minutes alone just for that one weld.
Can you show us any more specifics on your welds?
Definitely. In here, inside these stake pockets here, I performed some vertical downs. Performed that as well with the same exact weld machine as I've used for this entire trailer.
Okay, so now we're at the fenders. Can you tell us the process on this?
Yes. Here I used some 10-inch C-channel. We used a oxyacetylene torch here. We made some cuts down here on the sides, on the backs, and the insides here. We put a come-along to it, strapped it down. That's what gave that bend to it. Just put some welds here, and then I used a plasma cutter to cut these fender welds here, just for that nice uniform look.
Now we're at one of the best features on your trailer, and that's the hydraulic dovetail. Tell us about that.
This here is my 6-foot hydraulic dovetail. Here, my favorite part of the trailer personally. Here we have a locking mechanism down here, so it is still safe to load equipment and have equipment stored on this trailer. Okay, so very simple. Lower your trailer down, and then you pull something up here. We do have diamond plate and some cleats here that will help with traction, and then lift it up. You can lift anything you want to. If you want to bend anything on this trailer, you'd have to snap this hydraulic dovetail off just to do so. Put your lock back in, set the dovetail back on those locks, you're ready to roll.
So how long did it take you to build this part of the trailer?
Roughly about 4 weeks. This is definitely the hardest and longest part of the trailer to build.
What difficulties did you run into?
Definitely a hard part was manufacturing and coming up with the lock idea, so you are still able to load things on this trailer.
Okay, can you tell us about the deck of this trailer, about the length, the width, the type of wood you used?
Well, here we use some 6-inch lumber here. For load space, we got 102 inches wide worth of deck usable area.
Okay, so now we're at the back of the gooseneck. Can you tell me a little bit about this area?
Sure thing. We used some 1/8-inch diamond plate here on the back. That is strictly for looks. There's nothing cool about it, just for visuals. Okay, we got some lights here. That is so if you can't see at night, very bright, wonderful. On the back here, we got some E-track. Each of these D-rings are rated for 2,000 pounds, so you can put a hay fork up here or even a hay bale, wrap your straps around it, and ratchet it down. We have a winch down here, 12,000 pounds, that is also inside the toolbox here. Inside the toolbox, that is where we store our hydraulic hoses, and it's almost as if a wire harness for all the wiring for this trailer to come in together, connect together, and have a safe spot that rain cannot get to it. And we have chain hooks in here, so you can put your new binders, your chains, your ratchets, and not have to worry about them rusting out.
I'm glad you brought up the toolboxes, because usually on lowboys you don't see toolboxes this big. So tell me about them.
Well, in here, we first off, we have our hooks up here for your binders, your ratchets, anything that you'd like to store that has a hook on it. We have our hydraulic jacks here on both sides. They're both rated for 10,000 pounds. We have our fittings here. They got JIC fittings that hook up to O-rings. That's like that for the entire trailer. Here we have our combiner and diverter valve. So that's why the jacks will not leak down while you're running down the road. You will not have to worry about that problem. Here we have another diverter valve, but that diverts power from the jacks to the hydraulics in the back. In here we have our light setup and our switch for our back lights. Here we have our voltage meter that just lets us know how low the battery is getting. We have a battery, we have our 12,000 pound winch here. This right here is our wire housing. This is where every single wire that goes throughout the entire trailer comes up, meets together, bunts together, and that's what runs the whole trailer.
I'm glad you brought up your hydraulic jacks, because usually on lowboys they're manuals and you have to crank. So what made you choose the hydraulic jacks?
Well, these hydraulic jacks here are the most convenient thing you'll ever have. If you've ever gotten outside, had to crank down a trailer to load up on your truck, or pick it back up with a load already on there, you're going to be wore out. It's going to be the best back workout you'll ever get in your entire life. These jacks here, very quick, very easy. Click of a button, 30 seconds, your trailer's loaded or unloaded. Okay. The main reason that we have this here is because this is going to my grandpa. He is older. Eventually he's going to have problems. This is going to solve those problems for him. He will not have to worry about having someone else come out there with him and help him pick a trailer up off his truck.
A cool feature of this lowboy trailer is the conduit. Can you tell us some more about that?
Yeah, this conduit here, it is run through this entire trailer. It's just for conveniency, and your wires are not exposed to the outside environment. They're kept inside this 1/8 inch thick tubing.
What's the BBWR of your trailer?
Here on this trailer, it is about 14,000 pounds. We have two 7K axles lined with some 14-ply tires on here, which is made for loading and for running down the highway. They are also rated G for the hauling aspect of this.
Usually spare tire mounts are on the top of the gooseneck. Yours is located on the back. Is there a specific reason why?
Yes, there is. This tire here is mounted to a bolt system that connects to this E-track here. The reason we have it on the back here specifically is, I've said this many times, I'm going to say it again, it's for my grandpa. It would be very hard for him to have a blowout on the side of the highway and him have to try to get a tire off the top of the gooseneck over here, over his head. Here, all he has to do is drop his dovetail down, walk up here, grab the tire, roll it down, fix what he needs to fix, put his old tire back up here, easy, no sweat.
Let's talk about this paint job on the trailer. It's a BFI blue by Diamond Vogel. Did you paint it?
Actually, no. Texas Pride painted this for me. They did an awesome job. Looks amazing. I think my grandpa's really gonna love this.
There you have it, a 14,000 pound GBWR gooseneck lowboy equipment trailer built entirely by Ethan Barrett from Madisonville, Texas. Thank you so much for coming out and showing off your trailer. You did an amazing job, and I'm sure your grandfather is gonna love it.
Thanks for having me. I love talking trailers.
Texas Pride, get you one.